We came home from a weekend camping trip to find two giant trucks parked in our garage. Not the driveway, not the street. Inside, our garage. Grandpa froze at the bottom of the driveway. "Someone's messing with the wrong house," he muttered. In that calm, slow tone that always meant chaos was about to follow. We live in a quiet HOA neighborhood. You know the type, neatly trimmed lawns, mailboxes all match, neighbors smile through gritted teeth. Our house backs up to a green belt, nothing fancy. Grandpa's lived here for 35 years. Served in the Army, retired as a machinist. He's not flashy, just old school. But when he gets pushed, he pushes harder. So when we got back and saw those two lifted F-250s in our garage, with oil leaking on Grandpa's concrete, I thought he was going to have a heart attack. But instead, he just took a slow breath, turned to me and said, "Call the sheriff, then get me my toolbox." Turns out, while we were gone, our neighbor, Karen, had hosted a baby shower for her niece. That niece's boyfriend apparently brought his trucks, plural, and according to Karen, our garage was empty and close to the clubhouse, so she just borrowed it. She had the HOA master keys, because of course she was the vice president. She didn't even deny it when Grandpa confronted her, just smiled and said, "Well, it was just for a few hours." No harm done. No harm? Oil stains. Broken sprinkler lines. From how the trucks turned. And the garage sensor was fried because they'd forced it open. When the sheriff showed up, Karen waltzed over in her tennis skirt and said it was a neighborly favor gone misunderstood. The officer looked annoyed, but said it was a civil matter unless we had proof of damage or theft. Grandpa didn't argue. He didn't yell. He just walked back inside, grabbed his little black notebook, and started writing. The next morning, the trucks were gone. But something had changed in Grandpa's face. That spark, the one I hadn't seen since Mom's funeral, was lit. Over the next week, he became a man on a mission. He pulled up city permits. He reviewed HOA bylaws. He took photos of everything. Turns out, Karen's backyard extension, UNPERMITTED. Her fancy new gazebo, violates setback codes. Her dog's constant barking, 3 noise complaints away from a citation. And those master keys she used to access our property. Big violation. Grandpa compiled everything into a tidy little folder and sent it to the HOA board. But he didn't stop there. He made copies. 1. Went to the city zoning department. Another to the county code enforcement office. Another to the state oversight agency. And the best part? He submitted every single complaint anonymously through official portals, with photo evidence, dates, times, and witnesses, all airtight, all legal. Within a month, Karen was drowning in notices. City inspectors showed up unannounced. She was fined for unauthorized construction, ordered to dismantle her gazebo, warned about misuse of HOA keys, and told she was under review for violating her fiduciary duty as a board member. Grandpa wasn't done. At the next HOA meeting, packed with neighbors who were very curious about the sudden wave of code enforcement, Grandpa stood up, calm, clear, holding a blown-up photo of the 2 trucks parked in our garage. He said, "I served my country to protect private property rights. I've paid off my home. And I'll be damned if I let someone break into my house and treat it like a public parking lot." People started clapping. Karen tried to interrupt, but the board president banged the gavel. Then Grandpa handed over a petition, signed by more than half the homeowners, requesting Karen's removal from the board. 2 weeks later, she was voted out, unanimously. Her niece stopped visiting, the gazebo came down, and Karen? Well, let's just say she keeps her head down these days. Grandpa never gloated, never bragged. He just fixed the oil stains, replaced the garage sensor, and painted over the scratched drywall. But every now and then, he walks past Karen's house a little slower, maybe even with a smile, and me? I learned something that week. Never underestimate a quiet old man with a toolbox, a camera, and a lifetime of knowing exactly how to fight back the right way. Because when HOA Karen messed with our garage, she didn't just borrow space, she woke up a storm. And everyone in the neighborhood felt the thunder.